Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on CORNBROOK Contracting. And my name is Thomas, as always, and you join me as we are heading back out to do a little bit of work this evening. We've kind of got caught up with some carting of bales this morning. I spent the day in the telehandler and the Massey, carting this field on my right, and also the one we're going to now, where Dave is ploughing away. Quite literally, we are ploughing over a field of grass that's going to be drilled into barley right now, and then in the future actually, when it all kind of marries out, what we're going to be doing is making this half of the field into a whole field. So that's a little bit confusing right now, but I'll let you know what I mean in a little while. Jamie is away spreading lime today, so he's doing his own little thing away from us, which is great though. A little bit of extra work coming in, putting some lime down before some maize, I do believe is the plan. And yeah, we're just kind of trundling our way up to the new field here, where we'll see what we can do. It's a beautiful sunny summer's evening, as you can see. Sun is really coming down, and it's looking great. We actually drilled, can you believe, I put in some grass verges here, so they should start to come through pretty soon. Farmer wanted to get those coming up a little bit there, so I think it's part of some stewardship scheme or something. So that was good. And yeah, everything else is looking fantastic now at the moment. Now we're really getting cracking. We've got some wheat and barley that's about ready to go. Some of which is up here actually, so we'll be coming onto that very shortly. But yeah, we're just taking the moment we can here to get this field done. As soon as the neighbouring field is harvested, we're going to come in and rip out the hedge line, and we're making two fields into one slightly bigger dog leg of a field, really. But as we come around the corner here, there is the Massey. And Mr. Dave is doing his thing, as you can see. He's kind of skillfully navigating some trees right now. Looks like he's done the headland first. I think he's done the headland first. That was a bit tough, actually, some of that ground. So he's kind of put that in first to get it all done. And we're just going to jump into the Massey and get this all filled up. And then we'll see how it's all looking here. Okie dokie then, we're looking good there. We are putting in some winter barley into this field here, so we're going to see how it goes. To start with, just so we can get this field going, we're not expecting much from a nutrient standpoint in here. So as though the soil does look quite good condition here, it is kind of all drying out nicely there. We do need to make sure that it's going to have to take a little bit of nursing to get into any good solid ground. So what we're going to do is, like I say, we're going to plough this one out, and then put some spring barley into here, and then over the course of the next 12 months we'll correct the soil and we'll get it really going again. But crucially, we're going through it. Looks like that little bush, kind of shrub patch there might just get ploughed over. Might need to be worked over twice there by Dave, but we'll see. Let's just kick this Manitou out of the way. And we'll just shove this over here for now, actually, in case we need to go and sit back and get some more seed from the yard. I don't think we will, but we should be good. We'll leave you here. And there we go, ready to rock and roll for another day. Massey's looking nice and clean, gave it a wash off just yesterday, so it's looking good. Even put some jewels on here just to really give me a little bit more traction. So I think you'll agree it's looking magnificent. So I'm going to lift this guy up and just get ourselves forward here. Now, as you can see, we haven't gone quite up to the wall there because we are going to be taking that entire hedgerow out. So for that, if we can do that, like I say, we're looking in the next week or so. If we can get that crop harvested, we should be able to get that done, and then we'll be laughing. That's the front down. That's the power harrow on. Okay, and off we go then. Just have to make sure my hydraulics were all working properly. Once again, I've put them all onto one of the buttons on here. I've got C1, just the right direction button. I put them all into there. What that does is, when I get to my headland management, it allows me to lift everything up in one pass, which makes it just a little bit easier. Really, so that's exactly what we've gone for there. As you can see, this is only a small field of wheat here. Once we get that harvested, we'll stick some barley in, but it makes sense for us to put these two fields into one together and see how it works there. We may even if the need arises, we could put 3 into 1, which would make a huge mega field, which would be good to do. Yeah, I think that's coming along nicely. We are, like I say, this is going to be a molten barley. If it's good enough, at least it's going to be a molten barley. If the grade passes at harvest, if it's not, then it will go into animal feed, which is, you know, for what we need. Really, it's not the worst thing in the world. Animal feed will suffice. Like I say, it's just kind of so we can get a crop going, make it a little bit more productive, and then we can take it from there. See just what happens. Get around that corner. Lovely. Excellent. Still don't have the GPS set yet. We need to really look into that one sooner rather than later, but we're surviving without as is. Good old-fashioned way with my markers, which I just need to make sure don't crack off the tree. That wouldn't have been very fun. And off we go. You may see here as Dave drives past in his fast track, we've got a coon plough on the go at the moment, which is blooming heavy. Coon are known for making a bit of a solid plough, but this one, heavens, it's only 5 up, but it is some weight. Really dragging that thing along there. Excellent stuff. We're going to leave this little bit as a paddock here, really, more than anything else. If we go into there, it just becomes even more fiddly to turn around. Not really up to making it too much more difficult. For the return we get there, we'll just leave that bit as it is. Excellent. Back around this way. Now we've already got a first tree to navigate here, which we'll have to work on, but I'm sure we've got this. So how are you all doing anyway? Hope everyone is doing fantastically well, whatever you may be getting up to. We're just going to keep grinding away to get this field done today. Got to navigate this tree, but we've been busy. We've started to do a little bit of planting here and there. A few fields turned over, which is starting to look very good for it as well, may I add. Stop that. Just navigate my first tree here, which we'll try and just kind of box out, really, I think. Let's do it this way. There we go. Just make sure both my markers are up there. Perfect stuff. This Massey always surprises me that it's able to handle the weight of this drill without any problems. Never has a fuss in the world about it. Perks of being a good old Massey, I suppose. Okay. So yeah, I've spent quite a bit of time in this little field here. I mowed this all down last week. Even got around to baling it, wrapping the field as well. And then cleared it all off this morning. With the land going up to John, with the bales going up to John actually, he needed a few more silage bales, so he got about 20 or so off me. And then yeah, we're back on it. So yeah, he's done very well there, which is good. Grass wasn't of amazing quality, but it was enough to kind of just be good fodder for someone somewhere. Okay, we're gonna get around there. Drill down, mark it down, and off we go again. Whoop, all over the place there. So we'll just square this side off here, and then we're good to go. Straight back to the races down the hill, although we missed a bit there. I have to tidy that up. Okie dokie, where's my line gone? There we are. And we're away. Race Dave back down the hill again. Dave himself has been away with the baler for the most part of today as well. Had a little bit of extra work to go and do over there, which is great. Really able to keep cracking along. And yeah, it looks like he's fast tracks. We still haven't got our baler back. We're still using the Coon baler that we borrowed. And it's a nicer baler actually almost. It doesn't take quite as much power to pull it, but it still works an absolute treat. But yeah, ultimately it's that fast track does lug it along quite nicely. So when we are able to get the GPS into here, it's going to make life a whole lot easier. Just be able to get plugged in there. We have vary rate technology available as well, so it allows us to kind of apply the number of seeds that we need for a good establishment based off the soil conditions. Something that we could desperately do with when we're in new land like we are here. And it'll also keep me arrows straight. But other than that, it would be a good one to get. Otherwise, we're looking pretty good from the fleet perspective. Everything is working very well. Very impressed with how our trailers have handled the harvests so far, particularly the silage. We've got a little bit of whole crop work coming up in the future actually, which would be good to get on with. And just waiting to receive the whole crop header actually from John Deere, so we can actually do that. Once we do have that in, then we're going to be laughing and we're going to be away, which would be really, really nice actually. But yeah, other than that, everything is looking good. The combine is kind of parked up waiting at the moment, just looking for some more some time to get on with that actually. And that'll be great. And yeah, we're really kind of rolling along. Got a lot of contracts now. Got a lot of good connections here in the Mercury area, and long may that continue. Really, I'm really hoping that we can get some more established contracts coming through as well. And I think my wrong mark has been down. It has. We just left a nice long strip up the middle. We're gonna have to go back and recorrect that one at some stage. That's annoying. That's really annoying. Perks of not having to use GPS or not having to use markers when you got your GPS set up. That won't be an issue again. However, we'll come back, we'll correct that once we've finished everything else up. That's not a problem at all. Seed wise, we're doing okay as well. We're still in about 2/3 of a hopper, so we should be fine for what we've got here. It's going to get a little bit more fiddly as we get around this next corner or two, but again, that's something we've just got to deal with really. See how it all works. Nice little job to get off and out of the way with tonight, whilst we're waiting for the rest of the fields to kind of dry out and ripen off a little bit more. Not going to take us too long to get this done, but then it's a good one done. And that's 2 of the fields here plowed in. There's actually some agroforestry land that's looking like it's nearly ready to go as well, which would be fantastic. I've never done any agroforestry before, so it'd be nice to be able to get stuck into that and say that we've achieved something there. I know that there's some maize, there's some wheat, there's some, I think, a little bit of barley in there as well. Who knows what else, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, plenty for us to get us actually stuck into as a contracting outfit. Awesome. So with the old-fashioned way, you can see we're keeping the little Massey symbol just tucked into the middle of the marker line, and that is all going well. Apart from where I left the wrong marker down, but other than that, it's peachy. Peachy, peachy. And we'll see how we get on. Massey's not even struggling up the hill. This is a 4-meter wide combination drill. Not even noticing it's there. It's really impressive. Just cruising away up the hill. It's great to see. Although I do quite like having the dual wheels on for this, particularly on the hill there. Aids compaction tremendously. Also gives us a little bit more grip there to try and get up that hill. Sometimes it can kind of spin out or dig in a little bit, which would be even worse really if single wheels on. But we are looking good. It looks like Dave's got the shorts to do at either end, and he's good as well. Which is fantastic. So we will leave this here. It's been a little bit of a shorter episode as we're trying to get in and out and get this all done. But we'll be back next week when... well, who knows what's going to be on the cards, we'll wait and see. If you have yet to do so, make sure you hit that like button and smash that subscribe button to Simulation for the Nation, who very kindly agrees to host everything. If you want to check out everything Jamie's getting up to, make sure you go and subscribe to Virtual Farmer as well. And we will see you in the next one. So until then, have yourself a great rest of your day. Enjoy what you're doing as always, but most importantly, happy farming.